Real quick before the video starts, we just hit 500 subscribers. That's insane. I want to take a moment to thank all of you so much for 500 subscribers. Like, I'm from a small town. That's more people than even went to my school. Like, that, to me, that's just insane to think about. I just want to say thank you. But let's go ahead and get straight into the video.
Every video in this series will have a giveaway element. Every like is 1 million coins that I have to give away.
Here we are on the website to go ahead and pick a winner. I've just put the link right here. I have filtered duplicate users, and there are 8 unique comments. Let's go ahead and see who's gonna win. Rice Phantom. Mad Puppy for... Hey, that's pretty cool. That's the guy that I met in the Grand Exchange. He is actually in this video. Really cool because he initially tried to give me something. I'm glad that he won. I have to go and give him, as you can see, there are currently 17 likes on the video, so I need to go and give him 17 mil in-game. And here you go, buddy. Enjoy. Congratulations.
Thank you, thanks for dyads flaked.
If you would like a chance to win, be sure to comment your RSN down below. Don't forget, every like on these videos is 1 million coins I have to give away.
Be sure to watch episode 1 first if you haven't. Enjoy content.
Well, it looks like I chose a very strange time to start this account. It is currently double XP, so you will always see this timer up here in the corner. It took me 6 seconds to get it paused, and it's paused. I didn't notice it quite at first, but it's not going to go down from there. Also, I'm not going to claim any of these. Let's go ahead and check the Grand Exchange and see if all of our stuff has sold. And it looks like the Ruby Bolt tips have all went at 5.6 mil. All of the Maple Shield Bows ended up going at 800 each, and then these are still slowly selling. Rubies really seemed to pay off last time. Let's double check again how much rubies are going for right now. Let's go ahead and finish out the buy limit. We'll spend 2.5 mil on that. Alright, that didn't take too long at all. We've already got all of the rubies, and I decided to go ahead and buy a bunch of portable crafters. The reason that I'm going to be doing this is using a portable crafter will allow us to save a bunch of rubies, and therefore it'll basically pay for themselves, and there is level 70 crafting. We are really burning through these levels. We ended up having just over 5,200 altogether if we include everything that we received from the portables. But let's go ahead and get these turned into bolt tips and see how much money we make. We are not getting a whole lot of experience out of these ruby bolt tips. It is roughly 6,000 to 7,000 experience per hour. But we are making some pretty good cash from the bolt tips, so that's the main reason that we're going through with this. Because we really need to try to get as much money as possible because bonds are pretty expensive.
Look at this graph!
The sooner that we can get members, the sooner I can start making a lot more cash. And that is all the rubies processed. We have 62,000 ruby bolt tips. Currently, they are actually trading for 200 each, is that right? If that's the case, this should sell for roughly 12.5 mil. I only paid 2.5 mil, I literally made a 10 mil profit. But I'm getting ready to go to bed for the night, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to buy 10,000 rubies overnight and see if these end up buying. Alright, it is the next day. All of our rubies didn't end up selling. We just made a 10 mil profit off of all of those rubies. That is insane. And 10,000 more bought. So we should make another 20 mil off of this. I guess let's go ahead and get cutting. And this should be level 8 in our melees as well as level 15 Constitution. Another thing that I failed to mention last episode, the divine locations is something that we are only going to be able to do once per day. So I am only able to create and place 1 divine location, and as you can see in the chat, there is a set gathering limit that I can only obtain so much before it just full stops me from continuing, and I have to wait until the following day's reset. And we are actually going to have to create 83 divine locations in order to even get level 2 divination. Is the Portent of Restoration at level 2 is pretty much the only other way that we are ever going to be able to train divination. Overall, divination is probably not going to be that high of a skill in the grand scheme of things. Figured I might as well go ahead and mention that, because it's not like we can just start training all the way to 90 mining if we chose to. It's something that would take a very long time. Alright, and this is the final inventory of rubies that we are turning into tips. Let's go ahead and see what we can end up selling all of these for. Altogether, we have 120,000 ruby tips. It's pretty insane, actually. Let's go ahead and see what these are trading for at the moment. Right at 200 exactly. It's gonna be another 23 mil. I just made like 20 mil in 1 day almost in free-to-play. I'm going to switch over from the rubies for at least now, because I'm getting kind of bored of that. I'm going to enchant some necklaces. I was hoping that these would buy by the time that I finished up with those. I'm just going to go ahead and process what I've got. Hey, perfect. The rest of these went ahead and bought. Let's go ahead and process these and get the sell offer put back in. I kind of forgot how little XP enchanting sapphire jewelry actually gives. I'm gonna go ahead and buy another 2,500. And right here should be 350 total level. Not too bad. Still waiting on the Grand Exchange offers. It is a brand new day. Let's go ahead and check our Grand Exchange offers. Looks like all of our games necklaces did end up selling for 3.6 basically. These, it looks like it quit selling. That is not good. This is a very, very large portion of my cash. So, insta buying for 193. Toss these back in for 190 and just call it a day on that. And then we had 1,100 of these buys. Let's go ahead and throw these spider soaks back in to try to sell. Hopefully, I just sold one for 12k. Okay. These should sell slowly over time. And I guess let's go ahead and start enchanting some games necklaces. Okay, we have just finished up with all of those games necklaces. I did end up canceling that offer because they just kind of quit buying. Alright, but that should be another 4 mil, so altogether we will have 18 mil from that. And then once these end up selling, we'll have pretty close to 40 mil. Since it is double XP, I'm going to take a look at green dragonhide and see if there's any way that I can profit while crafting that. Okay, so it looks like I'm able to buy green dragonhide at just over 880 each. And if we look at green dragonhide shields, these will actually high alch for just over 6k each, and they take, I believe, 2? Oh, they take 4 dragonhide each, so that would be roughly 2k profit per shield if I were to alch them. So in that case, I'm going to try to buy a bunch of green dragonhide and use a portable crafter to actually tan them. And here is level 74 crafting. That's probably going to be the last level that we end up getting out of these hides, unfortunately. But I figured I might as well go ahead and record that level. Alright, the green dragonhide ended up not buying any more. We did finish processing all of them, and we have a grand total of 867. The high alch spell is actually level 55. Luckily, I am able to make a magic potion in free-to-play since we are able to train up to level 5. Alright, we are just a couple of alchs away to finish out with these green dragonhide shields, and I believe we made about a 2.4 mil profit in total from all of those, and we almost got to level 56. I'm literally 1 alch away. That is kind of funny. I couldn't do that again if I tried. And returning back to regular shield bows because they are buying again, so we should make a pretty good profit off of this as well. Finally finished processing all 5,000 shield bows for 2264, and that should go hopefully. It has been a few hours. These still have not sold, like, at all. I ended up buying a bunch of headless arrows just so I could have something to do. I sold a good majority of these, but then they just all of a sudden stopped and have not moved. Dump those, get rid of them. I got to looking through some of the salvage, as I figured that would probably be my best bet to get some fairly cheap alchs. I found the tiny spiky rune salvage alchs for roughly 8,000 each, and it's trading for about 6.3 to 6.6. I'm gonna go ahead and just put in an offer for 2,000 of these and see if these come through as I'm making my headless arrows. Good thing about these is as long as these buy, I just instantly make profit. All I have to do is invest a little bit of time and alch them. There's no way to lose money. So I guess this might be a good way to finish off the rest of the bond, especially considering that these are just not selling nearly as quickly as I would have hoped. This has been a couple of days already. Alright, so those headless arrows are done, and our spiky rune salvage ended up coming through as well. And this is the final 2 alchs that we are going to have. We ended up getting to level 61 magic. We're currently sitting on a 26 mil cash stack. I go ahead and check our offers. This is kind of going. And these are, I guess, also slowly but surely going. So that's going to be 1.2 mil from a 765k investment. Not terrible, not great. These are just about to finally finish selling, and then these also have moved a little bit, but not a ton. Alright, it is the next day. Let's go ahead and check on all. Okay, everything's sold. Perfect. So we've got 15.5 there, 1.2 here, and another 2.8. Yo, we've got 44 mil right now. Let's go ahead and see how much a bond is currently going for. I'm 100% buying that. We've got a bond. We have finally escaped free-to-play. Alright, due to the fact that I have almost no money, I'm going to grind up some mud runes. I figure I should be able to get a decent amount of these, at least somewhat quickly. I'm hoping. Alright, I believe that those are done buying. They didn't take too terribly long. Alright, we just finished up all of the mud runes. Let's go ahead and get these in for 1475 each is what I'm going to try to sell them for. We'll get 1.1. We started with 705 to 1 point. That's actually not bad. Actually just remembered, we do have a pretty high crafting level, so I could start making urns. We've had a good portion of these sell. I'm going to claim the money so that way we've got at least something to go as they're still going through. I'm going to take the money as these are still funneling through. This is like a 300, 400k profit-ish. Let me go ahead and purchase 1,000 clay. I guess let's go ahead and get cracking on the urns. Hey, there's level 75 crafting already. Alright, we have finished up with all of the infernal urns. We are ending with just over 580. Should be worth 2.5 mil roughly. Yeah, 55555. So, let's see if I can sell mine for 5554 just to get these gone, and that should be 3.2. That's actually quite a good profit. Alright, well, these are still selling, so in the meantime, I went ahead and bought 1,000 maple logs. I have turned these into incense sticks. I'm going to start world hopping and killing the imp so I can put ashes on said incense sticks. Hey, we just ended up getting level 10 in our melee stats. I actually was not expecting that quickly. I only get 6 XP per, so it did kind of sneak up on me. Oh, I need accursed ashes. That's... okay, so killing the imps is actually not helping me at all. I've just realized that Irit incense sticks have a really high price. I'm thinking that they're pretty profitable to make. I'm going to go ahead and make a quick batch of 500 and see how much we end up profiting in total. And we're also going to be getting prayer levels as well as fire making levels, so this is a pretty decent thing to do for cash early game, I suppose. It'll definitely add up the total levels. Here, there we go. There's 400, 401. We skipped 400. Not too bad. We should be able to get almost 4.8 mil out of there. I think we might as well go ahead and just drop them down, because we have no money to actually do anything. So we might as well insta-sell them to give us more money to process more in order to get more done and yada yada yada. Anyway, time to buy some more ashes and some more herbs. Hey, we just got level 20 prayer already. This is actually a lot faster for prayer training than what I would have initially expected, honestly. Oh, I just now remembered one thing that I do have to do. I do have to open this interface to do one simple thing. I have to click on this augment store button. It'll open up a completely separate interface, and then I grab these Silverhawk boots for free. The reason I'm grabbing these Silverhawk boots is for one, they will have some stats eventually once my defense level is high enough, and for two, this is going to be how we train agility. Alright, all of these have been made. Let's just go ahead and get rid of them. Hopefully they still sell for a decent price. Hey, we still got 6 mil out of that. You know what? I'm kind of curious, actually. Are we able to go ahead and just buy the maple incense sticks with the ashes already attached? Okay, so they don't buy. That's fine. What about the maple incense stick itself? Because that would save a pretty good amount of time, honestly. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. The buying limit is only 1,000, so I guess we'll go ahead and do 1,000 of them then. Here's the first 500. Let's go ahead and see what these end up selling for. Just over 10 mil, not bad. So we currently have 14 mil cash. I know one thing that pretty much always works is decanting prayer pots. At least it used to be really good money. Let's find out. I've decided to go ahead and buy a bunch of diamonds, and I'm gonna try tipping adamant bolts and enchanting them and see if maybe it profits. I feel like it's gonna be really good fletching experience as well as magic XP. We should be able to go ahead and start training our fletching. And I believe that this should be fairly decent XP. Do 11,665. So, oh, they insta-sold for much more. Interesting. I probably should have checked the price again. But we got 8.8. Now if we go back and double check, I spent 8.2 on them originally. So you know, that's a pretty easy 600k. And there's level 70 fletching already. So we will be getting 4.3 mil out of them. And we spent roughly 3 mil, so we got a bunch of XP and we made 1.3 mil profit. But I'm going to go ahead and start training up my herb lore now. We are absolutely zooming through these levels. We already passed 450 total level and just zipped right on by. We're almost at 455 already. I'm not sure exactly what herb lore level I am going for. I do know that we need at least level 38 before we can start making prayer potions, and it seems that prayer potions could very well potentially be some pretty good profit, and that's already level 30. And there is level 38 herb lore. We have definitely lost quite a bit of money getting that, but that is okay. We are about to make it all back through prayer potions. We got them to buy for 6,992. It's not the best price, but we're still going to profit. That's okay. Alright, since we were using a portable, we got 1,050 total out of that. And there's level 50 herblore. And that is all of the prayer potions. Let's see how many we ended up with in total. That would be almost 1,100 exactly, so we got 1098. Let's go decant these so that way we get the most out of them. 9.1. So that's going to be a profit of 1.6 mil. Luckily, our bolts did end up selling, so I think I might also go ahead and purchase, or at least throw in the offer for some more adamant bolts. Alright, but with a 1.6 mil profit coming from here, I'm also going to go ahead and make another 10,000 diamond bolts. The reason I'm doing that is we need fletching levels and we need magic levels, and that's realistically a really good way to train both. These are still in the process of buying, but our prayer potions did finally finish selling, so that's 1.6 mil profit from there. Oh, and I almost completely forgot, whenever I trained fire making in the last episode, I had these fire spirits, I just never actually claimed them. Here's everything that you get. I do have some charms that I'm never going to actually be able to use for anything. Wait, I might be able to make charming potions with those. I'm not seeing it here, but we could potentially make charming potions from doing fire making. Definitely never going to be able to profit from the fire spirits though, so I don't think that would actually be worthwhile? I don't know. And there is technically a way to train summoning. I could gain up to like 1, maybe 2 XP per pouch that I summon. That would be incredibly expensive, but technically possible. Wait, this is actually kind of insane. So I'm able to buy battle staves right at 3k, nature runes right at 441, and then fire orbs just above 600. So that's going to be a 5k profit per... Well, I just went and had lunch, and it looks like all the battle staff supplies ended up buying before the bolts finished buying. Going to go ahead and start crafting these. There's level 65 magic. Hey, we just finished up this set of bolts, and we initially spent 3.4 mil altogether on the supplies, and if we double check, they are currently selling for 400. 500k profit plus 1,100 bolts, which these are worth, what is it, 181 each, roughly? I'm not quite sure why or how this happened, but if we take a look in my Grand Exchange history here, initially, I was buying these for 18,000 each, and then I sold them for a pretty decent profit, being just about 200-ish K for a batch of 150. They decanted into 112. So I said, okay, let's do that again. I put in a buy offer for 18,000. They insta-bought for 20% below mid-price. So I tried to buy some more, and they insta-bought. So I tried to buy some more, and they insta-bought. So I tried to buy even more, and they insta-bought. But I ran out of cash at this point, so I tried to sell them, and they sold for a pretty hefty profit of 1.6 mil. All that I had to do was press decant. I honestly cannot complain there. Well, flipping these potions right now, or well, I guess I'm not really flipping, all I'm doing is decanting, but again right here we made another basically 350k almost. I'm gonna check the margins on some skilling supplies and see what we can flip. Hey, nice, we just flipped 5k magic logs for roughly 65k-ish. Alright, quite a bit happened. I stepped away for a little bit, but all of our diamond bolts ended up selling. We also have now sold the cannonballs off that we bought for roughly a 300k profit or so. Hey, our rubies just sold, and I think we made just around 100k on that. Not quite, but almost. I got to checking some prices. Apparently, diamond bracelets are trading for 3.7 to 3.1, and you can enchant these into 4-3 bracelets, whatever. They trade for 7.1 almost. They ended up buying, so I guess let's go ahead and try to enchant some bracelets. See if they end up selling. We just finished up with all of the 430 bracelets.
I ended up selling them for 5.2 million so I could buy more and train my magic up gooder. Sold those for a 300k profit and bought an elemental battle staff for 1.8 million. And flipped some diamonds for about 100k. It was at this point he realized he muted his microphone on accident.
Alright everybody, it is the next day. I unfortunately was not able to sell any of the Armadillo. I did lower the price about 150-200k per item. We'll let those sit for about an hour. If they don't go, I'll lower the price again. But we did have 20,000 of these buy, as well as almost 20,000 of the bolts, and just over 8,000 of the unfinished bolts. So I think it might be time to go ahead and start fletching. I didn't even realize it, but we ended up getting level 500 total milestone just now. our armadillo gloves and boots ended up selling, and let's see, so those are $37.50 each, and we paid $29.69, so right about a 800k profit. And the armadillo helmet finally ended up selling for just under 3.5. Well, it did make a little bit over 500k. And there's level 75 fletching. The prayer potions sold for 8.6, and we originally paid 8.1, so about a 500k profit there. We ended up buying an armadillo chestplate for 9.3, 10.7. So that's like 1.5 mil profit. And then here we made about 200k. I'm shocked with that armadillo flip. Almost, actually a 200k profit. I have just been spamming the crap out of these bolts because I ended up having over 40,000. This is going to take quite some time to get all of these enchanted, but we just got level 70 magic. Hey, there we go. We're just enchanting away, and our Boots of Subjugation finally ended up selling. Let's go ahead and double check. We paid 1.4, sold them for about 300k profit on that. Speaking of, the gloves also just went ahead and sold as well. Let's see, what did we pay for those? 1.575 to 1.9, about a 350k profit there. Let's go ahead and see what the diamond bolts are trading for. I just punched my calculator a little bit, and I'm kind of surprised. We only spent 18.1 mil altogether. That means we made a profit of roughly 3.4 mil. I do need to start making some money before I end the episode. I think we're at a pretty good stopping point, but I definitely want to make a little bit more cash before I call it because I'm gonna have to give quite a bit away. I think I have to give away close to almost 20 mil. Hey, just went AFK for a bit and come back. We actually had a hood sell-off for 1525. I believe we paid around 1.3. Yeah, so 225k on that. Okay, so I just bought the supplies to make another 500 Irit incense sticks. We spent about 5.8 mil, got everything for just a little tiny bit under mid-price. You've got to be why did these flip for over a mil? And they flip so fast. You know, we just got level 40 prayer from making these incense sticks. That's actually kind of insane. Finally ended up getting rid of that garb. What did we pay for it? Was it 57.50? Yeah, 57.50, and we just sold it for 6.3, so we made a pretty decent profit on it. I am absolutely shocked that these ended up selling. I really do not understand why this actually sold. So we paid 7.8, basically 7.9, and we got 9.1, just over a mil profit. That's not bad. And we had our gloves sell, so we made 500k there. No, I mistyped. I just lost 42k on that. That's unfortunate. I think we're sitting pretty good money-wise. We've almost made it up to 50 mil, 500 total level. We got 77 fletching, 73 magic is the two kind of big things that we really focused on this episode. Anyway, I think this would be a pretty good stopping point. So, let's go ahead and leave it here.